All right, howdy, howdy, everybody. Sean here from KappisCards. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I'm out here in the garage. So, uh, first things about doing this. I'm sorry for the shadow effect from the phone and the way it's set up and everything. I can try to slide it over here a little and try a little zoom and stuff like that. That might help some, but probably not. So we're just gonna have to live with me and my shadow here, I guess, as we do this. And then no Cappy out here because we're in the garage, right? We don't let Cappy come out here and run around. And also, it is hot as balls out here. So, if I cut this little shorts because I'm sweating in my face at some point probably here. But what I've got right here is a large haul of cards that I got from Jon Jabs over there at the Past Alive. Make sure you check out his channel if you haven't already. He does a lot of great old school rips and stuff like that, and a lot of toy hunts and that sort of thing. Definitely what I'm into. So I've got all that, and I've got some retail over here, right? So next to me here, and I can't kind of flash all of it there, but there's the retail stuff that I've also got to go through and check out. So let's see what we can find. All of this is going to wind up in packs in my Etsy shop. And of course, with this many cards coming in and that type of stuff, I decided to go ahead and put everything on sale. So check out the Etsy shop, and you'll see the 10% off the team packs and 15% off bulk. So if you go buy my bulk items over there, they're 15% off for right now. What is this? This is a full set of 1990 score. I was wondering why this box was like wasn't like a normal card box, right? It's just a like a cardboard box. So let's just throw that over here. But how about we leave this sealed, and I'll open it later when I do some more football stuff. But here is 1990 Scores football set. If you've never seen it, there's only about a jillion of them out there. But at the same time, right? So that's pretty cool. That's a nice way to start. This is more of a traditional card box. So let's see what we got in here. This looks like a set of something. Is it 91 Donruss? Yes, it is. 91 Donruss. And there's even some puzzle pieces to go with it. So why don't we leave the 91 Donruss set in here? That's a nice way to go through and put that. So why am I doing this now, right? Well, I met up with John while I was traveling back to Maryland, and my mom is out here visiting her granddaughter and stuff like that. And my mom is 84 years old. And she loves to go through these cards and help me and do all the sorting and stuff like that. So I actually had a golf tournament today that, was scheduled at the last minute, a private course up the street. Couldn't pass that up. So, I had about 3,000 cards that were, I already had, that we'd already seen her on the channel and stuff that I had opened. She's already sorted them. So I got to give her something to do. How about a full 88 set? Very nice, very crisp, and very not in order. But nice 88 tops complete set. So we got a 91 Donruss, close-ish, if not full complete set over there. Got the 88 tops complete set right there. Let's put that with the Score football in the background so you can still kind of see it. And see what else we got here. It looks like just a lot of different sets. This one interests me. 93 tops, T-O-P-S, tops. Series 1 and 2. Did he leave the Jeter in there? I bet he didn't. Looks like it's mixed stuff anyway. So not all of that being 93 tops. So let's just leaf through this set. See what's here. See what we can find. So are they in order? Yes, they are. Anybody out there watching, what number is the Jeter? Or are they just going to be not good? Pretty sure I've got that in my PC from when I was 13, and I've got too many cards in my hand. So what else is going on? How's everybody else doing out there? Thanks for jumping in and watching. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe. We are moving our way towards the 2,000 mark rather slowly, but we're getting there. I think we're at 1660 now. There's Nolan Ryan. A Welch. So I'm going to go through these a little rapidly. Just as I'm looking for, I bet the rookies aren't in here. Well, speak too soon, Sean. There's the Brian Taylor, card that might have been something in 1993. Vince Coleman, Rich Ireland, hanging out in a nice jean shirt. Very 90s. Yeah, went out today and got to play in a shamble at the private course up the street. Loved to do it. when I get the chance. We got some 92s randomly mixed in here. Shot 67 with my friends, and we lost by 6. So Wade Taylor, that's Saberhagen gold, Wiener, Willie McGee, Tommy Lasorda in the gold there for 92, Lancaster, Candiotti, Haney, McElroy, Huff, Caminiti, Chamberlain, Johnson, Howell, Hamilton, Stillwell. So let's just leaf through here. That is Ryan Klesko's rookie card. Say rookie card. I don't know if he had one in 92. Correct me if he did. I feel like he might have been in an earlier product of some other team. These are the managers. Trevor Hoffman's rookie, right? There is Cliff Floyd and Damon Buford, I remember from the Orioles. Cliff Floyd's rookie. A couple of golds in here too. So it's not the complete set. Did think it would be. But if you've never seen 93 Topps, this is what it is. And again, I'm hot, I'm sweating, so it's probably going to be one of those where I'm going to have to clear my throat a little bit from time to time. Todd Hundley. Again, I don't know why I'm even looking through this. It's probably not worth it. There's the checklist. I'm just going to throw those out of the way. Bo. And you got the All-Star card. So there's no way the Jeter is still in here. He 100% picked that out. Ah, they're sticking. It's the humidity. Of course, I can't do this inside, right? There's too much estrogen in my house right now. And, you know, I know my mom, right? If I sat there and say, Mom, I'm trying to do this, I'll be live on YouTube, or I'm going to record for YouTube back here where I normally do. I need you to stay quiet. She would last about 30 seconds. Yeah, she would start telling some random story in the background about me in high school, you know, being terrible at baseball, or, you know, collecting cards, just some other random story. Should do a mom live stream, right? AMA. Just still looking at the 93s here. I'm going to really fast forward. And, you know, we've gone this far. I can't really call off the search here, can I? See, there's a few of you watching there. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're staying cooler. It is a hot one here in the old Midwest. That's Barry Bonds. See, that's card number 2. So whatever card number 1 was missing. Tony Gwynn. So, yeah, if that's missing, Eric Karras' cup card, then I think we can abandon this search. We've all seen 93s before. Or if you haven't, now you have. Of course, I say this, right? And, you know, as I was driving and I got some retail and stuff like that, I got my daughter some more Squishmallow cards. Oh, look, here's card number 1. Maybe I did call it off too soon. But I got my daughter some more Squishmallow cards. We finally went, and I went back through and was trying to organize her set, right, to see how close she is to the set. And the answer is she's not. I mean, I've got her like 3 of the blasters and 2 of the mega boxes, and she's still not even close to the 100-card set. That's how many duplicates she's got. But found the numbered card that we couldn't find before. Of course, when I was looking through. Some 88 Topps football. Joe Jacoby. Some of these got some corner issues. Holmes. Jimbo Covert, and Danny White, Andre Waters, Jim Jeffcoat, Dolman's a Hall of Famer, Henry Ellard, Bobby Hebert, Cornelius Bennett. So some football cards there. Steinbach, the old 90 classic. Ugly Pink. Do I have that John Franco? I think I do, but I'm going to set it aside anyway, just to look, just to make sure. Just to see what I got. You got these mini cards in here. So What I usually do with these is just kind of throw them in the pack, right? Get a little bonus card. But I can't even thumb them. That's how, annoyingly small they are. The micro, I think it's called. I had the sets. I sold them during the pandemic. I think I honestly think I got $20, $30 each for that one and was it the 92 set that also had them? So, checklist. What the hell is this? It's Todd Walker, but I can't read what that says. So, whatever that is. How about the Beatles? Anybody want the Beatles cards? Cracker Jack cards? I remember those. Cracker Jack cards. Beatles had a card set. Why doesn't that not surprise me? But it does. It's John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Finally made a live stream. There you go. Just in time for the Fab Four. Drinking a Coke and wearing a stupid hat. So my father-in-law loves the Beatles. I'll set them aside for him. He might like those. Loves the Beatles in the sense that, he actually trespassed once on Paul McCartney's farm back in the day. Greasy, should I probably admit that on a live stream? That's probably not where to go. Like those cars, they're different. I can honestly say I've never seen them before. I don't get many of these, Domino's cards either. I like the Bubby Brister and Terry Bradshaw connection. Is it Otto Graham, Johnny U, Wade Wilson, the late Wade Wilson? He's passed away. Wyatt Tittle, he's Staubach. I honestly don't know if I have that card in my Staubach collection. If I don't, I do now. Daryl LaMonica, Notre Dame. Billy Joe Tolliver. Jeff George, not a name to say around here locally. Jim Everett. Kenny O'Brien, that card again. And let's put the football with the football. And a checklist here, so let's throw the checklist down. Steve Avery's star rookie back in the day. And is that Dan McGuire, Pro Set Platinum? And let's see what else is hiding in here. Oh, basketball. All right, so I can start a new Overstock box. Which, by the way, everything, like I said, the big boxes are 15% off right now over in the Etsy shop. All the individual packs are 10% off. Because I got a lot here to figure out what to do with. So 92 Donruss. What's up, Go? Hubie Brooks coming back to the Mets there at the end of his career. And those Beatles cards are from back. No, they're not 60s cards. No. These are Upper Deck or Apple cards from 1993. No, they are not 60s cards. I wish, but John from 2000. It said 93 on the copyright date, but I don't know. You can see it down there at the bottom, but. Some of these reprint cards here. And a couple of stuck together. There they go. Ew. Duke Snyder, what are you doing? Sticking to cards. Kurt Simmons. Al Lopez. Morris Martin. Wally Westlake. Not a name I remember. Bob Wilson. Al Lopez. Henry Foyles. Finley, and now we're back to some NBA hoops. Is that David Robinson? Yeah, a few of them. Just a few. Some game night. That's Mitch Richmond. Kevin Johnson there, former mayor Kevin Johnson. Sacramento. Is that Indiana Jones Chronicles? Beatles cards, if you can find them for... They had autos in them? That would be nuts. What the hell? Natural Human World car. Okay. And then puzzle pieces. Let's see what these last few are, and then we'll get to a different box. Some more basketball. Some penny sleeves that I'll throw into a penny sleeve box that I've got about most of the way full. I've got one full that's been sitting around. If you need penny sleeves, right? Even that box is on sale. But... all those, is that a woman? Yeah, it is. And that one. So I've got a 5,000 count box back behind me here. Let me put some of these cards here out of the way. These 93 Topps cards here out of the way. Just real quick, just so we have some space. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Because I got a few of these too. There are 2 boxes here with binders in them, full of stuff. There's about 5 more of these set boxes, right? There's 3 more of the 2 more of these, a shoe box, and then like a 4,000 count box. So John hooked me up nice for especially the price that I got here. What is this sticking out here? Gary Anderson oversized card. The puzzle pieces. You know, my daughter loves the puzzle pieces, so it works out. Some 23 in there. Bernard Gilkey. Of course he's going to give me Bernard Gilkey. If you watch the channel, it's one of his channel omens. All right. What do we got here? Ooh, 93 Fleer. Of course, it says right on the bottom, Sean. Smoltz. And that's one of the All-Star cards. Gary Sheffield. The insert set. So lots of 93 Fleer here. Tony Gwynn. Garbage Pail Kids. Somebody, you know. I don't know. I don't know if he'd put things like that in here. I mean, he just gives me whatever he's got a bunch of that he wants to get rid of that he doesn't. He does auctions and stuff, so I'm not going to get like a lot of the, you know, high number or, you know, dollar cards or anything like that, probably, right? Unless it just happened to be in here. How much did he charge for these boxes? I tell you what, why don't you all try to guess what he charged me for all of this? And if you guess it right, I will tell you. Kirby Puckett. Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. But of course, the other thing, if you're going to get cards from the past as alive, you're going to get 90 tops. Pack fresh. No, it wasn't shipped because I picked them up. And it wasn't $30 either. So I'm putting Keith Hernandez on top. It was not $30. It was less, believe it or not. So plenty of 90 tops. It must be from the, say, Fruit of the Loom in those 93 Fleers. I have to look for that. Joey, don't call me Albert Bell. No, it wasn't $5.99. It was a smooth 20. We sat around and talked for a little while, and you know, this is about the 5th time I've got cards from him, something like that. You know, so it's nice to have a nice hookup like that. I was, you know, as I was home, I was looking at Facebook Marketplace like late at night. More 93 Fleers. I'm pretty sure these are not Fruit of the Loom. These are just straight from packs. But I was looking through, you know, Facebook Marketplace, and there was a seller in the neighborhood like this direction, right? The next neighborhood over. And they had, you know, 3,000 count boxes and like another just box, right, of cards. And you could see the picture was mostly like this, right? But you could see from, you know, what was flipped back a little bit, it was like 22 tops, right? You know, just the base cards and that sort of stuff. And, you know, they said, you know, make me an offer. So I wrote them and I said, hey, is this still available? You know, what are you looking to get? Like, yeah, we're looking to sell this and, yeah, get this kind of still available. $850 for 8,000-ish cards. Like, good luck. Josh Reddick there for Boston. That is 08. Is that what that says? 05 or 08? I can't read it. Wear your glasses, Sean. Patrick Ewing in the NBA hoops. Where did I put the basketball? Oh, back here. I know I see it. The Bart Giamatti card. And Idols, Sparky, smiling kind of. Ozzie Smith, Cecil Fielder doing something with the chicken. And another Cecil Fielder on the back. Now we get some hockey cards. That, said if you, I didn't even say that. I was just like, never mind. I mean, it's just the best thing to do on a lot of those kinds of folks that list cards. So that's some old O-Peachy there of Kovaladov. Feels old. 92. Newer than I thought it was. I thought it was mid-80s. So we got some hockey now. So all that will go into a mixed box along with these basketball cards with Isaiah Thomas and, Tree Rollins. I remember him. And here's the Gary and Dwight card, right? It's their cousins or something like that. 4 binders worth of cards for $40. Lots of all-stars and get rid of. Yeah, that feels like what it should be, right? When you're going through and just trying to eliminate stuff. But you get on Facebook Marketplace and people that, claim that, I got these from, my dead uncle, or, they just happen to be laying around. I want to get rid of them or whatever, right? And they look at the, whatever that collects app, right? And stuff like that. And they get way too much of an over idea of what they should be. So I'm surprised to find some 25 tops in here. Correa. Blackman. He said he did open a few boxes of these and then just stuck the base in. Mountcastle. And Jake Berger. This is Series 1, right? Yeah. Julio. Joe Adell. Try to find newer cards. Kids. Yeah, I've seen that, right? Where a lot of different kids' hospitals and stuff will take whatever you can give them, more or less, in terms of cards. They'll go through and play with. He did give me an insert. So that's one of the Cactus League inserts of Colin Ray. Insert set card with Bush behind him. Let's see what's in these penny sleeves. More reprints. Topps Archives. Bobby Thompson, Shundienst, I can never pronounce that. Yankees win. Yaz smashes a homer. Ralph Kiner. Another Ralph Kiner. Chuck Tanner. Boa. George Foster in the 86 design. Necro in the 87. So that's pretty cool. Ronnie Swoboda. Paul Blair. McDaniel. Can't say I come across these very often. Was that even Jimmy Key here in a Archives design? Robin Roberts, Tanana, Tommy John. Did 2020, but they threw him away because they're afraid of COVID, of course. My wife and I were just lamenting about that a couple of days ago. Because that was the other, we moved in this house. Like, I signed over our old house, 2 days into the 14 days to slow the spread, right? And we moved here. And, of course, this house being finished right as COVID was starting, there's so many just random issues that have popped up over the years. Some more Skybox here. Basketball, Jerry Rice. And Jamal Mashburn? Yeah. And Jackson, Marcus Camby. Yeah. Names I randomly remember, who could not remember Christian Laettner, unfortunately? Danny Manning. I'm not a Duke fan. If you are, then you are. Sheffield and Chipper is, don't call it rookie. Chipper Jones. Is this triple play? We got some more of these inserts, too. Let's look at these. So we got some 90 tops here, randomly. A lot of these Blue Jays are going to wind up in that overstock box. I don't even know if I'm going to make more Blue Jays packs. I can't get rid of them. So there's the Astros in the Cactus design, Tavares in the Cactus design. This is throwing me back. I have not seen a lot of this come through here. Triple play. This is the second year of triple play, 93. Not the neon orange triple play. But Alou, John Wetland, Bobby Welch, Ozzie, Trevor Wilson, Doug Drabeck, and Royce Clayton. Let's see what else we got here. Al Oliver in that design. Stargell, 63, not real rookie. And more of that 93 Fleer that I'll look through later. And what we got over here? Doug Gilmore. That's a thick card, too. Is he still coaching somewhere? I think he was. Is it? Not what I was expecting. How about one random racing card? Is that Mark Martin on fire? Are you located close to Greenberg? So I was driving from Indiana to Maryland. So taking the Pennsylvania Turnpike route, some Piazza rookie cards. But taking that way to get back to where I was going in the Frederick, Maryland area, it's, 10 minutes out of the way. if that. So, and knowing that, and I'd hit him up. Like I said, this probably in the last 3 years. This is like the fifth or sixth time, fourth, fifth, sixth time, something like that I've got cards from him. I just hit him and said, "What do you got to get rid of?" Because I know, because I've watched his channel now for 5 years, 6 years, whatever it's, been right through COVID and all. And I just said, "Hey, what do you got?" He's not the first YouTuber, the only YouTuber I bought from. I bought from up north before and had him shipped down here. I've bought from a couple others, right? But this is nice, right? He's a great guy, nice to talk to and hang out and just shoot the breeze a little bit. Breaks up the drive. And like I said, I did some retail hunting in the area too. So we could keep going through this box if we want. Let's look at this football right here. Some Pro Set. That's what do you call Fleer Flare, right? Ironhead Hayward. What's with this thingy? Some more. Here's one. If you were from my area, right, my age, remember the Collect-A-Books that had the little stories about the players and stuff in them, right? So Charles Mann, who was on like tons of commercials growing up in the D.C. area. Joe Montana. Back to hockey. Score. What year? The 90 score. Patrick Waugh. Ray Bork. More Waugh. Mike Richter. Brett Hall. A couple of them. Robitaille. Ray Bork. Hall, Bork, Messier on the back EA. What do I do with the hockey cards? Over here. Let's see. We can keep going through this. Let's open something. I haven't opened anything yet. Let's open a hanger box here. 2024 Series 2 that I found in a random Walgreens along the way. So I'm going to do this trip again coming up this coming weekend, right? Because Mom's got to go home. So, I will go do more random retail stops and stuff like that. Places I didn't stop this time. See what else I can find. Got a tip on a few different places to check out as well that I wasn't able to going in that direction because I was playing golf and stuff on the way. Estevez, Lynch, Herrera. So in Series 2, right, the rookies, Yamamoto and Pete Crow Armstrong, I think, are the big two. There might be more. The Mets team card. Kelenic, Bichette. Fleer card is out of 30, I believe. Which Fleer card? Ornelas, something like that. McCarthy, Simeon, Adams, Porter, Vierling, Schmidt, Bolin, Abreu, Moore, Goodman, Melendez, Gray, Butler, Fairchild, them, those guys, Alvarez, Williamson, McKinstry, Pirates, Ozuna, Duran, Allen. Like John more than Eric. Eric's tried to screw me over once. Used to do stuff for Eric on his streams and breaks, but yeah. I really don't watch a lot of his brother, here and there. I guess I do, but if I'm being honest, I watch, basically just him of the brothers. Something about the way, I don't know, just the way the videos are. I don't know why. I just do. Kershaw, Sal Frelick, and I got something here. Ichiro in the 89 design. I could feel this as the card slid over me in the 89 design. Ornelas again in the rainbow foil. Got the Bryce Harper PHL. I forget what this insert sets card called. This is Ohtani. Yeah, John, yeah. Well, I can't argue with that. Duvall and Farmer in the Walgreens yellow. So, no, he's about as laid back and honest as you get, right? I mean, that's what you need, especially in this hobby, right? Where some folks can be very, very treacherous, shall we say. I mean, Yeah, we went back and bought old stuff. I mean, I watched a lot of it too when the both of them went out to antique malls and that type of stuff. But when it got more modern and everything like that, and it got loud, I guess, is when I stopped watching it. Oh, some 92s mixed in there. So, let me pull these back here. Let's get a different box here. Let's see what we can find. There's a lot of 90 in there. I just knocked the puzzle pieces all over the floor, so that'll be fun. Okay, this is not what I was expecting at all. Top loaders. Sean Bradley, John Kidna, Chris Webber, Gary Payton, Steve Francis, University of Maryland, Corn Robinson, Jimmy Smith. These are all over the place, the sports here. That is Work Done. Yeah. Canseco and another Canseco. Somebody wanted 30 cents for that at some point, I guess. Keyshawn, Darryl Green, Curse, Anthony Peeler, Mills. Can't tell what that is. Dynamite Dunks. Or that Deal or something like that. And then Glenn Robinson. Totally not what I was expecting at all. Aaron Shea, Jackson, Dale Davis, Cortez Kennedy rookie that's all beat to hell. Look at that. Yeah, Scrubs and stuff. Yeah, I've heard that too, right? And I mean, I remember his Cedric Mullins obsession, right? He did not like him at all. Kevin Johnson, Rich Gannon, University of Delaware. Why are you top loaded? And $2 for Rich Gannon. Good luck. I like Rich Gannon. Don't get me wrong. He still holds a lot of passing records in the University of Delaware. But, yeah. Ricky Williams there. Checklist. We're top-loading checklists now. Plaxico, Herman Moore, Vinny Testaverde. I want to know what Junk Wax Sal would do if he came across a top-loaded checklist. Todd Pinkston, Henry, Kevin Johnson, more 90 Fleer in the top loader. Barkley, Larry Johnson, Doc Rivers, David Robinson. I'm going to have to sort these. Jack Ham in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Joe Green, Ted Franco, yeah. Eric Green. Not surprising there's a lot of Steelers. There usually is, just from the area, which is fine. Steelers usually are a pretty good seller over in the shop, but I don't know if we need to top load the Touch Elkin cards. What's over here? More Steelers. Pegram, Greg Lloyd, a little beat up again. Andy Van Slyke. Really? I don't know where he got this collection from, but he definitely didn't put that in there. That's the guy who got me back into cards. I used to love watching Salent. Yeah, I'd like to visit his shop. I bet that'd be a lot of fun there in, I think it's Connecticut. Reedus, Sheffield, Fielder, Willie McGee, Abbott, Grissom, and Jolbert Cabrera. And Virgil Trucks. Oh my, Sandberg, Clemens, Molitor, Jeff Yeager. Boy, somebody just put everything in top loaders. They spent a lot of money on top loaders and put their whole collection in it. Barry Sanders, Cunningham, more Sanders, Joe Montana, Jim Jeffcoat, and Steve Young. I never got to John's shop. John's shop, unfortunately, was open the year that I had to have back surgery. So, doing the, having to do all the stuff with insurance and things like that to go through the hoops, because I injured it, I want to say it was probably early June of that year. And he had opened maybe a month or two before that, and I hadn't got back yet. And, I couldn't drive. I had to do all the stupid hoops and hurdles when I needed surgery. It was pretty obvious I needed it, but the insurance made you do this and the shots and this other stuff, and try the what do you call physical therapy and all. Nothing was helping. So I didn't get the surgery till November because it wound up having to fall. It was an election year, and being a political science professor, I had to actually do job stuff. It was annoying. The local NBC affiliate called me the day of the elections, like, "Hey, we want you to come on and do election stuff." I'm like, I'd love to. Can I do it from home? I can't move. I can't sit there. So yeah, it was. They wouldn't let me do it from home. So that sucked. But either way, right? Wasn't able to get to Jon's card shop while it was open. So yeah, he drove from the Philly area. Yeah, I'd have definitely been there if I had the opportunity. But I couldn't drive for 6 weeks after the surgery too, so that put me out till the end of the year, and then that was when he was having issues with his leaks and stuff like that, and that was that, right? So yeah, let's open this. This is what do you call them? Meyer blister packs. The first time I'd seen these of Series 2, so I grabbed one. So we get out of here. Our tinsel foil card is Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver. All right, let's see who we get in here. This is Bido, Brujan, Francis, Acuna's rookie again, Yates, Isert, Walker, LeMahieu, Jimenez, McKenzie. And is this backwards card just teasing us? Rainbow foil? Yeah, the glitter shimmer design. Salvi Perez. These aren't numbered. And Trey Turner, star of the MLB. Grychek, and the base, Salvi. So there's that. Let's see. Do we want to keep going through these, or let's go through a binder? Let me get one of them. All right, let's see here. Oh, there's more boxes here than I thought. Let's just grab one of these binders at random here. So basketball. All kinds of 90s basketball. John Stockton. Let's get it more on the center here. I said 92 tops. Bill Laimbeer. Magic. Larry Bird. Pippen. Barkley. Thomas. Doubt we're going to find any Jordans. Right, they were probably right here. Paxton and Stockton. Patrick Ewing. Oakley. Bobby Hurley. He's still coaching, Bobby Hurley. Is that 93 or 94 tops there? Anthony Bowie. Mark West. Names I remember from when I was a teenager, right? But I'm just, it's all basketball, all the way through. And it's all the same era. Let's get another binder. Let's get one that maybe I can know a little more about. Because that one I'm just going to have to open. Hey, I probably could have looked. You probably saw it as I picked it up, right? And stupid Sean just keeps going right on through it. This is a set of 91 tops football. This one, let me pull this over here. This looks like a 91 tops or 93 tops set again. This is more of a random mix. Let's grab this one. Baseball. There we go. All right. Let's see who we got in here. So we got some, was that 92 upper deck? Yeah. 92 tops. Art Howe's manager card. Let me drop these down a little. Unlike today's players. I tell you what, though. I mean, it's hard. Everybody around here has fallen in love with that dude that blew out his Achilles during the final game for the Pacers. So I don't know if I can say that, right? Because, I just don't know enough. But I know all my friends that are basketball fans around here, my golf buddies and stuff like that, right? Because they're all from Indiana too, right? So basketball is a bit of a passion here. But they all love it, and they all love the team and stuff like that. So I don't know if I have that David Cone in my David Cone collection, but it is beat to hell. So I'll have to look at that. Let's get you a little closer here. No Cappy to worry about out here. We'll get him in a video again soon here. Like I said, I've got more retail and stuff to rip. I'll get more. I got one of these super boxes. I haven't bought one of that. I didn't buy one for Series 1. But I got one without the Meyer tax. So go ahead and open that at some point here on a video. Who is this? Kids Stars. Hold a major league record for strikeouts in a game. Who is it? That's Roger Clemens. As a kid. I wouldn't have guessed. There's another David Cohn. I don't know if I have that Topps Kids card. I'll have to pull that out when I'm done all of this and I'm going back through it. Just lots of 90s randomness. This would, if this was my PC, Halliburton, that is who it was. This bothers my OCD that it's all over the place. Even though I make packs that do the same thing, right? They go all over the place of one team. Like if you just gave me a bunch of cards and I just stuck them in a binder and 9-page sleeves like this. No rhyme or reason. It would get to me. Who's pointing at us? Sandy Alomar Jr.? Got Roger McDowell in a Lasorda University t-shirt. It's a great variety. Yeah. It's not just junk wax. I mean, we've pulled out a lot of different random modern cards too, and I bet if I went in more of these boxes, there would be more. But I'm going to have to cut this off here kind of soon, right? Just because I'm sweating in my eyes at this point. I don't want to take another shower. What is this? Top Cereal Series? Trading card? What year would that be? I just want to see the checklist. First annual Cereal Series. It's got a 1984 expiration date at the bottom. So, anybody got any Top Cereal cards from 1984? It's a pretty good checklist of Hall of Famers or people that could be in the Hall of Fame. Right? The Garveys and the Hernandezes of the world that could be. But also Gary Carter. That's a Gary Carter that I don't have in my PC. Which he also pulled one recently that I got to go through and get. On his channel there, that 90 Donruss, whatever you call the education set or something like that. I don't have that Gary Carter. It's hard for me to find a junk wax era Gary Carter that I don't have, but that's one of them. Speaking of, right, Gary Carter. Definitely have that one, but Purina, Ralston Purina. I remember those. Maybe I did have some of them. I was 7 in 1984. Didn't know what baseball was, so I was 4. Right, and like I've said before on the channel, my earliest memory as a kid growing up outside of Baltimore and Washington is the Colts moving to Indianapolis, where I moved 30 years later, and and I just didn't like any of the local teams. Of course, the Mets were good in the mid-'80s, and they were on TV. So that's where I gravitated to. And then what was the football team that was always on TV? That wasn't the Redskins. It was the Cowboys. So, and I had, for some reason, I bought a little, I don't even remember what they were called, right? But they were little football player stuff at some toy store. And it was the Cowboy player. It was Roger Staubach. Right, Roger Staubach, and that was the start. The '86 Topps football was where I got started in cards. El Cid up here. My mom will like going through and pulling these out, just all over the place. A little older. You're a little older, right? Don't feel bad, right? I mean, most of my friends all my life have been older than me simply because I didn't go to kindergarten. So I graduated at 17, right? I mean, I graduated college in 3 years. So, I mean, everybody's always been older than me. Um, all of my friends, I mean, hell, I had, like, my best friend was driving when he was a sophomore, right? And he was that much older than me growing up in high school. And I didn't get my driver's license till my senior year just because, wasn't of age. So I guess I was a junior, late in my junior year. But, yeah. What else can we look at here? What else can we do quick? What do we have? You know what? I bought 2 of these. So let's open one of these now, and I'll save one for a future video here on the channel. We'll wrap this up, and then, maybe we'll do a little more of this later on this week. Right? See how this kind of goes. Only cutting it off because I'm standing here and I'm hot. And I've been in the heat all day. So, been in the heat all day. I was playing golf, but been in the heat all day. Let's see what we get out of Topps Heritage High Number, which the Jabs brothers were nice enough to leave at the Walgreens in Greensburg for me. They had one of those Walgreens we had to push the button to get the cards, right? Everything's behind the plexiglass. So, Blanco, Hicks, Caballero. Nice start. Skeens rookie with the white card behind it there of Willie Castro. Member of the Dixie Chickens, right? Or Circle City Chickens. That's my fantasy baseball team name. And nothing of a high number there. Or a different parallel whatever. Let's see what else we get here. All right. Doyle, Chisholm, those guys. Rodriguez, Phillies, Ozuna, Heel, Ortiz, Smith. And I think the insert's going to take that chance away of getting something. Something white in here, something shiny at us. Phillips, Vladdy, Cropley. Here is Kopech to $6.99. Then is that 416 of $6.99. Michael Kopech for the Dodgers. Langford in the green parallel. Nice. Might set that one aside for eBay. Anderson, Fraley, and Pages. Come on. O'Neill, Smith, Rodriguez, Hernandez, Chisholm in this aqua color that they call a white border, but it's really aqua. And Tellez, Wynn, Liriano, and Suarez. I put these down without looking for the high number, which is fine because I didn't get it anyway. All right. Rodriguez. Got to get an oil pitcher, don't we? Siri, Ober, Birdie, Bellinger, Lopez, Chapman, and Uwasa. So straight base pack there. Whoops, come back here. And Rosario is a national. Parker, J.D. Davis, rookie outfielders, one of the Fred Lynn cards. Maley, Martin, Merrifield, and Crawford. Nothing over 700 yet. And Rodriguez, Rise, Henniger, Fry, Leisure, Jansen, Melendez, Bush, and Ohapi. And we finally got a Leisure as the short print card. All right, let's see if we get another hit out of this pack. Otherwise, that'd be one of the weaker high number boxes that I've opened, isn't it? Glass now, Amaya, Montaz, Shenton, Slater, Gordon, Darno, Helsley, and Naylor. That was a pretty weak box. I mean, this is another, high number. But we did get the Skeens rookie. We did get a Langford in the green. But not much on top of that for a high number box. So we haven't even made a dent right, and what I got here, other than what I've kind of put behind us here. So again, we'll do another one of these here maybe later this week. Just kind of see what's going on and see how I'm feeling and everything like that. But I'm definitely need to stop here, right? Just because I'm hot. So I appreciate everybody watching and checking this out. And we'll do this a little bit more. All these will wind up in the packs eventually over there in the Etsy shop. Go get some packs now. They're on sale. And like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thanks for everybody watching, tuning in, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.